Beautiful people, this is Susan, and this is our Sunday segment here on Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise on the YouTube channel. And so today, for our Sunday segment, I really just wanted to talk about intimacy. And yeah, a lot of times we can hear so many different things about people being intimate, but I really want to talk about intimacy with ourselves. And when I talk about intimacy, if you really look at the word intimacy and break it down, then it sounds like into me. Intimacy into me. And so what that's saying is that a lot of times we need to be able to see within ourselves. We need to be able to look at our self-love, look at our self-worth. Look who God created us to be. We were created in the image and likeness of God. We are made the righteousness of God through Christ. And so we have to begin to start looking internally to really start to identify the things in our lives that that are not for our highest good. So many times we have dealt with things in our past. We have dealt with what I call those limiting beliefs. We have really been able to go through our lives and sometimes really not confront those issues that really disrupt our peace, that come back over and over as a recording, and most of the time those things are negative. So what God is saying is that we really need to start being into ourselves and into our whole self. And that whole self is going to look like Christ. It's going to look like really loving yourself for who God has created you to be. And that doesn't mean that we're not trying to improve ourselves. That does not mean that we don't pursue personal and professional development. That does not mean that we do not take care of our health or our mental capacities. But what it does mean is that we take the time to really evaluate and really look at what is going on in our lives. What are the stressors? What are the things that's causing us to not really win in life the way we want? So a lot of times, if things are not going right in our lives, then a lot of times, the first person we got to look at is that person in the mirror. So when things are not going right in my life, I have to, reflect and look and say, okay, Susan, what is going on in your life, or how are you feeling about yourself? If I'm not showing up the way that I want to show up in the world, if I'm not showing up the way that I need to show up for my responsibilities, then I really have to look at who I am. And the basis of who I am is who God created me to be through Christ. So I go through the scriptures and I look for the things that God says I am. I'm the righteousness of Christ. I am the apple of God's eye. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So we have to begin to really look within ourselves. And again, we have to be at that holistic place that we feel that that we are who God has called us to be. So many times it's hard for us to really hear affirmations and really hear what the word of God is saying that we are, because we just don't see that in ourselves. So that's when we have to take a look inside, into me. I have to look inside of me. So that's the intimacy that I have. And until I can do that, then it's going to be very hard for me to see myself as God sees me. It's going to be very hard for me to show up in the world the way I need to. And it's going to really be hard for me to pursue the purpose and the goals that I have set for my life if I don't really like who I am. So beautiful people, I just want to encourage you today that we want to look on the inside. We don't want to be blaming past situations and family dynamics and relationships and all of that, because we all have a part to play in the things that has happened to us. And so and we are not by any means saying that if you have had things that were not right to happen to you, we're not saying that you are the cause of that. We don't want to start blaming, But what we are saying is that as an adult, we have to take responsibilities for what has happened to us and really process that. And whatever that looks like, if that looks like, getting you an accountability partner, getting you someone that you can confide in to really release all of those things that are happening in your life, and really to be able to sort out those things so you can be the best that you can be. So, and that is a self-reflective thing. It's called self-discovery, and that's something that we all need, and we have to have it at different seasons of our life. We just don't do that self-evaluation once or twice. That is a continual process as we get older. The Word of God tells us to seek wisdom, and with our wisdom, when we get the knowledge, then we need to also get the understanding. So I love you, beautiful people. I will see you on the next video. Remember what I always like to say, that we're always going to live long and finish strong, and we're always going to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. So take care. Love you much. Bye-bye.